Hello, we have added 3 upgrades to RainMaker in the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to show you how exciting this is. I'm at the front page of RainMaker, and I'm going to my Settings tab, and you'll notice that right here we have Google Calendar Sync. If you have an iPhone or an Android phone, you can now automatically sync all of your appointments, all of your intros, your upgrades, straight to your phone. So that means if we add an appointment over here in the appointment book, let's scroll down to that and hit appointment book, and we add an appointment in here. Let's look at my last week's appointment. Let's see here. Let's double click on this one right here. If we add an appointment here and we confirmed them and we put a showed in here but they didn't enroll and who scheduled it and all their information, if we have that there, then that means all of that information gets synced automatically to your phones by going to this right here, Settings, Google Calendar Sync. I'm going to go ahead and click on that and show you how to. Okay, so I've clicked that, and here is the Google Calendar setup. You'll notice up here there's a button that toggles if you're going to sync it or if you stop syncing it. Right now, I am not syncing. So if I click this button, which I'm not going to right now, but if I click the button, it will automatically start syncing. Okay? Now, you put your username in here, your Gmail account in there. You put your password in. You hit the next button. Then this information comes up. What time zone, and then also what calendar you want to sync it to. On this side over here is the calendar in RainMaker. On this side is your calendars in Gmail, your Google Calendar. So right now, just use this one right here, and then you can select whatever you want in here. Doesn't really matter. And then hit save. Instantly, I'm syncing to Google. All right, pretty cool. Now, when I put an appointment in, a couple seconds later, it automatically goes to your phone with reminders. An hour before the appointment, your phone's going to go off and say you have an appointment. It's going to have all the names, you have the ages, it's going to have their phone numbers, so you can even call them right then and confirm. It's also going to have a reminder at 30 minutes before and 0 minutes before right on the button. Let's go to the next thing that I'm very excited about. Right here it says create and edit web forms under my settings menu. If you have a website that you're using that's promoting your school and you are requesting them to request more information by filling out a form, well, this is you'll create one right here, and you'll then, when they type in their information, it will automatically put all of their info as a prospect into RainMaker. So now you don't have to type that information in, and you can build your database automatically based on your website. So let's look in here. I've created one, but you can add as many forms as you want, and I'm creating a form for each of my age groups. So I'm going to have a form for kids karate. I'm going to have one for preschool karate, one for kickboxing adults. You can create as many as you want, but I've already created one for kids. So I click on there, and it's basically the description is kids seeking karate. No one sees this, but it's my way of remembering what this form is all about. I select a kids tag and a website lead. I want to gather their first name, last name, email, phone, and mobile. I want all of that gathered, and I want to make it required. If I don't want to gather this stuff, I can just easily uncheck it. After they fill out the form, I'm going to have to redirect them back to another page. So I create a special page on my website. That's a thank you page for kids. So I'm going to have them go there. And then I'm going to have an autoresponder, which means once they type that information in and they send it, they're going to get an automatic email back with a special offer. But you can put whatever you want in there, and you even have mail merge fields like this right here. First name, here is the info you requested on martial arts, and here is the email that they're going to get. Okay, so you type that in. Here's my email address. That's important for a couple reasons. Number one, my autoresponder email is going to come from that account, and it's going to RainMaker is going to package all of this information up for you and then email it to you as a lead. So that way you can, as soon as you get it in, you can call them and schedule them for their first lesson. So here's the magic right here. This is the code that it automatically generated for me so that I can give to my web designer, so that he or she can put it into my website and I can start collecting leads right away. So you just copy this and paste it into your email for your web designer. If you need help with implementing this, we can certainly help you with that as well. It's not that difficult. It's pretty easy, as a matter of fact. That brings me to my third thing that I'm very excited about. I'm going to go back to the front page, back to the main menu of RainMaker, and down on the left-hand side, you will see Prospect Manager. And Prospect Manager is a brand new basically it's an entire application for managing all prospects. You see, I was putting a lot of time and effort into gaining all these leads, all these prospects, and we get so many sometimes that people fell through the cracks. We even had people that did intro lessons that they showed up, but they didn't enroll, and they said they were going to next week. So, I created this prospect manager to help us in that. So let me show it to you. From here, 0 to 60, I just want the last 10 days worth, and you can put any numbers you want in there. So in the last 10 days, I've had 17 new prospects, I've had 39 intro lessons, and I've had 13 people not show. So you know where I'm going to spend my time, on those no-shows. Over on the left, we have this thing called Prospect Follow-Up Reminder, and this one's due today. So we set up a reminder to follow up with this guy, and it's due today. So as soon as I follow up with him, I can hit this X, and it moves up. If I need to follow up on her, I just click the name, and it goes right to her page. But I want to show you a little bit more before we go there. Here is all the prospects in the last 10 days, all 17 of them. And you can see that they are kind of bundled together with all the pertinent information about their thing. So let's look at here. Osama became a lead 7 days ago. He was a walk-in. Here's this guy's mobile number. Here's his cell phone number. Here is he's in the orientation phase. Here's some of the notes. We sent a text messenger reminder for the appointment. And next follow-up date is the 23rd. They showed, but they did not enroll. So that gives me all the information I need to do something here. Here's another one right here. Here's their phone number. They're another walk-in. They became a lead 9 days ago. Here's the notes. Now if I click their name or I click this View Prospect Info, it takes me to more information on this person. So now I've got the parents' names. I got the source. Over here it says what stage they're in. Well, they're actually, let's see what stage they are in. They did a lesson. Nope, they didn't show, and they didn't enroll. So they're legitimately in orientation phase, okay? We're still trying to get them in for that orientation. My follow-up date is the 22nd, so I can set a new follow-up date. Let's say that I want to follow up on the 28th, 6/28, 2011, and I hit save. Boom. I can also, you see that link down there. So now you can see it's follow-up on the 28th. And you can see down here I can stop following up. So let's say they said, don't call me back. I can stop following up with that person, and they won't be part of my automatic thing. Here's the notes. I can add notes. Here's the last one. They did not show for their appointment. They called and talked with the dad. He had a busy day and was needing to reschedule. He'll be calling us back to set up another appointment. Well, we know he's probably not going to call back. That's what the beauty of this setting a follow-up is. Now we'll call him back instead of him reminding, him having to remind. So let's see here. Let's go back to my prospect menu. And that is just the beauty of this thing. I can also look here on no-shows. I can click this link right here, and it'll give me the no-shows for the last 60 days, the last 10 days. And then I can drill into this and call this person and see if we can get them back on track. So those are the three major things that we've added to RainMaker to really make this important, to make this even better for school owners. One more thing I want to show you here is how do we get this information? They showed, but they did not enroll. We didn't type that in. I'll show you where we got it. At the home screen, under the appointment book, and we'll click on this right here. They showed, they enrolled. So this person wouldn't have been involved in my prospects, but if they have a check mark here, showed, they didn't enroll. So that's where that information comes from. So it's important to go back and click on the showed, enrolled, and what stage that they're in. That way your stats are right and your prospect manager is right on. So that way you can follow up better. Okay? All right, guys. Hope you enjoy this, and I hope that, that it really helps you out. Please start using it, and please give us feedback.